This week's parsha is Parshas Vayikra and Parshas Zachar, also being the Shabbos right before Purim. And this week's video is sponsored Le'ilui Nishmas Reb Aryeh Tzvi ben Reb Mordechai. First, we're going to start off with some Torah on Purim, and then we're going to go to some Purim Torah. Chazal say, Kol ha'poshet yad noisen loy. Anyone who sticks out his hand on Purim to ask for money, you have to give him. That's what Chazal say. The Chidah says that it's a chiyuv, that it's an obligation. It's not just a nice thing to do to give money on Purim. It's not a minhag, it's not a mitzvah, it's a chiyuv. You have to. So much so that if someone would want to be mekadesh an isha by saying, Hareat mikudeshes li bezeh ma'ois Purim, I want to be mekudesh to you with this money of Purim, it would be eina mekudeshes. It wouldn't go through because money that has to be for kedushin, the money that is for kedushin has to be with something that you don't have to give. It has to be a matana, a gift. It can't be something that you owe, that it's obligated to give. Since ma'is Purim, money on Purim, if someone stretches out their hand to ask, if you give them through this money, it wouldn't be mikudeshes because it's a chiyuv. You have to. Says the Chidah that we could come to Kadosh Baruch Hu and say, Hashem, kol ha'poshet yad noisen loy. Anyone who sticks out his hand, you have to give him. Hashem, we're going to daven so hard on Purim. Please give us parnasa, give us gesund, give us health, give us nachas from our children, give us shalom bayis, give us yeshuas, refuas, give us Mashiach tzidkenu b'mheira v'yameinu amen. And now we will continue to the Purim Torah segment of this Dvar Torah. Why does it take forever for Satmar to learn the Megillah? The answer is because they don't just clap by the word Haman, they also clap by the word Medina. The pasuk says, Lo hiyida Esther es amo ves moiladato, ki Mordechai tziva aleha asher lo yisagid. Esther did not divulge her nation or her birthplace because Mordechai told her not to reveal. That was the main miracle of Purim, that a woman was able to keep a secret. That was the biggest miracle. Nothing else. Number 3, you ever heard about the brisker who was looking for a true ani, a true poor person to fulfill the mitzvah of Matanos Lavyonim in the best way? He finally found someone who literally didn't have a penny to their name. The guy lived in a cardboard box and hadn't eaten in days. Somehow nobody knew about him, and therefore nobody had been helping him. The brisker was so excited to give him Matanos Lavyonim and fulfill the mitzvah in the highest level that he didn't tell anybody else about him, because if they were going to give him money, then he would have to search for a new ani next year. And lastly, at the end of the Megillah, it says Noach's name multiple times, that the Klal Yisrael, that the Bnei Yisrael were Noach on the 14th or on the 15th. How did Noach get his name into the Megillah? So I heard many years ago, I think it was in first grade, my Rebbe told us that where did Haman get the 50 amma piece of wood, that beam, long wood, to hang Mordechai on his gallows? Where did he get that 50 amma piece of wood? It's a huge piece of wood. So Chazal say that the teva of Noach was 300 amas by 50 amas by 30 amas. And it was sitting on the mountains of Ararat. So Haman traveled to Ararat to grab the 50 amma beam on the width of the teva. Noach sees Haman trying to steal a beam from his teva. He says, what are you doing here? Get out of here. Haman says, I need to hang Mordechai. I don't care what you say. So he starts schlepping it. Noach starts schlepping it the other way. Haman calls his 10 sons, Noach calls his 3 sons, and 10 versus 3, 10's going to win. So Haman and his 10 sons, Mama schlepp Noach all the way into the Megillah. Shtaka b'zoichet to have a Purim Sameach, a Simchas Purim, but don't forget, Kol ha'poshet yad noisen loy, that it's a Yom Tefillah and an Eis Ratzon, and may we be zoichet to the coming of Mashiach tzidkenu b'mheira v'yameinu amen. Have a beautiful Shabbos and a freilichem Purim.